My name is Cassie.
Hey y'all, I'm Caleb.
Hi, I'm Aimee.
I'm Christi.
Hi, my name's Abby.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
And welcome to the channel Queerology.
It's November 20th, Trans Day of Remembrance.
Woo!
TDOR is important not only for memorializing those that have passed, but for spreading awareness about trans hate crimes.
I'm here to talk to you today about TDOR, which is the Trans Day of Remembrance. Basically, on TDOR, we honor those people who have lost their lives and identified as trans. They were killed due to trans violence or non-acceptance. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about education, about what trans is. So trans is an umbrella term for people that may not identify as cisgender. So trans could be gender queer, gender nonconforming, gender fluid. And cisgender is where your biological sex matches up with your gender identity. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about why TDOR is so important to me. Being part of the trans community, I feel that it's not fair that these people are either kicked out of their houses or lose their jobs and are forced into positions where they have to put themselves in danger in order to make money. Another reason why TDOR is so important to me is I recently lost my best friend who identified as trans. He committed suicide in February because he is being bullied for being trans. And it was really hard on me to realize that he's not here anymore because of the transphobia that he had to deal with. So I am even more passionate now about this subject than before. Before I was passionate because I was trans and I felt like I should do something, but now I'm even more passionate about it because I lost my friend, and it's lit a fire under me to really try and help others who identify as trans, but also to celebrate and mourn the lives of those who were lost because they are trans and because of violence. Well, that's all I have to say on the subject for now. I mean, it's a really rough subject for me to talk about. It's very emotional, but celebrate TDOR. There are plenty of Trans Day of Remembrance vigils around the world and around your towns. I mean, there's plenty of good resources. You could look it up on transgenderdor.org, and you can find a list of resources, a list of the names, and also a list of the places that vigils are being held, and find the closest one to you. So please go and educate others, but also please go and celebrate and mourn the lives of those lost.
So what does the word trans mean to you?
Well, the word trans with that little star at the end means anybody who identifies outside the binary or what their biological gender is, what they're born as. So Aimee, what does TDOR or Trans Day of Remembrance mean to you?
Well, Trans Day of Remembrance shines light on the unfair treatment of anyone who identifies as trans versus anybody who doesn't, and it reminds us that the unfair treatment and lack of rights can kill.
Trans Day of Remembrance really just celebrates the memory of those who died because, I mean, they don't have the rights they need.
And some of the rights that they're lacking are in healthcare. Like on the sheets for healthcare, it just says male or female. And I mean, when you don't identify as one or the other, how are you supposed to fill that out?
Sucks!
And, like, some doctors' offices won't accept you because you're trans. Or, like, they say they do, and then they kick you out for whatever reason.
Yeah. Another thing is that anybody in the LGBTQ community can be fired from their job because...
Just for identifying?
Yeah, just for identifying in the community, and I mean, which really sucks.
That's not fair. You are who you are, and you shouldn't be discriminated against.
Another thing we want to touch upon is transgender and gender identity is not the same thing as sexuality. I'm just going to go into that a little bit. They're different. Very different. It's like this and this. They do not. No. There's no...
Ooh, very different things.
It's like her versus me. We are not the same person.
Not at all.
We're not attached. So, there's that.
And
so, that's just something you need to remember.
Yeah. I think that's all we have to say.
I think so, too.
Okay.
And today we're going to be talking about the trans community, and Trans Day of Remembrance, or TDOR. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, and I didn't grow up, in a community that talked about trans people. We didn't talk about those things. And for me, so when I growing up, I grew up very uneducated, knowing really nothing. It wasn't until, high school and college that I actually, got, a little bit more exposure to it. And now, the vocabulary and the terms that they would use would somewhat be considered outdated and offensive. For me, TDOR is an opportunity to be educated on the subject of trans individuals and what they have to go through. Being a gay man, I knew about, the gay community. I knew about lesbian community, but I knew little about, if anything, the trans community and, the issues that, are very close to them. And so for me, it's not only about, remembering those who have fallen due to violence. It's also about remembering, educating people about what they have to go through and what it means to be trans. And, letting people know that they just want to be accepted and live their lives with dignity. And that's what anybody wants. They want to be live in a world of tolerance. And I think that's what TDOR strives to. They live in service to do something in the name of, those who are living and those who are no longer here. So I think today, of all days, we should, gather ourselves and gather, our thoughts and respects and pay homage to those who, who are no longer here today. And also be able to support those who are. And I think that that's what TDOR is all about.
So today is a very, very special topic. It's called Trans Day of Remembrance. And even as somebody who doesn't identify as trans, this is still a pretty important day. So the basic gist of it is a day to remember the people that we have lost lives because of transphobia. Now, I guess there could be two different ways of looking at this. One way is to not be very upset and know that, wow, it was horrible. That's horrible, People were murdered, there's people that committed suicide just on the sake of what they identify as trans. People who identify as trans do get a lot of issues, and it is a good thing to maybe remember their lives and what they did on this earth. However, I think another great way to look at it is realize that we can make a change to that. You don't have to be a trans person to make a change. I mean, you can just befriend somebody that's trans and help them out. I mean, if they get teased and bullied, stand up for them. Go, it's okay. I accept you for who you are, and that's what matters. And I think simply being able to be there for somebody like that, it means a lot. To tell you the truth, there's some amazing people that are under the trans, and it's just awesome. And I really, really I don't regret ever meeting them. They're just really amazing people. The Trans Day of Remembrance, I feel like it can go both ways. You can remember the lives we lost, but also remember the fact that this is something we can change. And we can have that one simple day where nobody will die, and we won't have to worry about people getting hurt for being who they are. And that's pretty much my roundabout video about it, and I really hope that you guys can like it and appreciate it. If you don't, well, that's your thing, not mine. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you can look at Trans Day Remembrance in some form or matter. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for watching, and please take the time to subscribe to our channel. We'll be putting up new videos every Wednesday relating to queer topics.
And this is Queerology signing off!
And to all of those out there who are trans or who identify as trans or even who don't fit into the binary, please know you are not alone and stay strong because you are loved and you are cared about, and we really need all of us to stay strong and come together as a community. So thank you so much for being you and for being brave.